Welcome to the Fall 2014 edition of Recreation Television. We're your destination for exploration. It's fall and it's a beautiful time to get out and explore Roanoke County's parks and play places. It's also one of our busiest seasons, chock full of activities for every age and every interest. On today's show, we'll get you to move with gymnastics classes, tap dance programs, and even a zombie run. We'll also help you learn with new skills such as bread baking, forestry, and even genealogy. But first, let's travel to Roanoke County's new Explore Park and meet with Director Doug Blunt. I'm joined by Director of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, Doug Blunt, and we're standing in front of some of the buildings here at Explore Park. And some of those that you see behind me can actually be rented. And since Roanoke County took over about a year ago now, we've had quite a number of people interested in renting, whether for rentals or community events. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we're real excited that as a part of the services that we offer out here at Explore Park, that we've been able to complete the renovations to the Arthur Taubman Welcome Center, as well as to the Mountain Union Church. And these venues are fabulous for if you're wanting to hold a wedding reception, but also with the Arthur Taubman Center, we're also able to do business meetings, parties, different type of team building exercises out here at the park, and we have the indoor facilities to be able to host those now.
What makes the facilities here at Explore Park so unique in the Roanoke Valley?
Well, I think that when you look at all of the natural beauty that we have here around the valley, that we've got here at Explore Park 1,100 acres of passive recreation that's just really lends itself to being able to do multiple kind of really diverse type of activities with indoor space, having trails, over 15 miles of trails. We have river frontage, plenty of parking, as well as lots of different interpretive type features with all of the historic structures on the property. So it really we can create an opportunity for a rental or for any type of event, really, with the diverse offerings that we have here.
And some of the improvements that have been made, especially at the Arthur Taubman Center, beautiful porch on the back side, it's just picturesque, isn't it?
It really is, and really with the visitor center setting here right off of the Blue Ridge Parkway, sitting off of the Roanoke River, it really is the scenery here, as well as the wildlife and the plant life that's here on the property is just beautiful.
And of course, you don't have to worry about parking. We can accommodate quite a few cars here in the several parking lots in this area. Well, now let's move on to Explore as a whole. We're planning a big master plan process coming up. Talk about that.
Roanoke County is currently getting ready to begin the master planning process for Explore Park. This is one of our commitments that we had made when we signed the 99-year lease, and we will be having community meetings this fall and this winter to where our citizens are going to be able to come out and help to shape what Explore Park is going to become over the next 99 years as Roanoke County is involved out here.
So what will that entail? Community meetings? We'll talk a little bit more about that.
We will have some community meetings throughout with different locations throughout the county that will be facilitated to where our citizens can come in and talk about the type of things that they'd like to see out here. Would they like to see a campground, or they want to see more equestrian trails or mountain biking trails, or whatever it may be, that it will give them their opportunity to be able to provide their input and help to shape what the vision will become for Explore Park.
And when this master plan is all said and done, when will that be, and what will the public get to show for it?
Well, what we will have is it will give us a roadmap for the next 15 to 20 years of development of what we would like to do out here, and it will help us to be able to attract hopefully businesses that want to build out here at the park, but it also will be able to kind of give us a plan for what we want to do in terms of infrastructure and how we want to proceed with programming and activities and special events out here at the park, and really hear from our citizens of what they want to see.
Now, just a reminder there with that master plan process, it is a long-term progress that we're going to see here at Explore Park, but a lot has been done already in the short time that Roanoke County has taken over operation. Doug, thank you very much for talking with us today. As you can see, a lot of progress has been made at Explore Park over the past year, and we're looking forward to many good things to come. Explore is a free park open to the public with a visitor center open from 9 to 5 through November 2nd. You'll also find 14 miles of public trails here, and one of them is called the Forester's Trail, as it was designed by a local forestry club. This fall, we're offering free hikes with an actual forester. Let's check it out. I'm joined by Adam Foringer of the Society of American Foresters, and that organization actually helped put together some of the trails here at Roanoke County's Explore Park. And we're very privileged to have Adam leading some free public nature walks this fall. So tell us a little bit about what you're leading here in September.
Well, we're going to have a few hikes here in September on Saturdays, and what we're going to do is we got about a little over a half-mile trail here, and we're going to take everybody out and just kind of show them a little bit about how the forests work, some of the different trees that we have here, what they're used for humans, what they're used for in nature, a little bit about the water, the streams, soil, just a little bit of everything, and also how foresters today and land managers take all this into account when we're deciding how to manage forests for people.
Which is really interesting because it's not every day that I get to chat with someone who's actually in the forestry profession and learn a little bit from them. Of course, this is a free public event. Tell us a little bit about what makes this property unique and some of the beauty of the trails here.
Well, this is a very nice region. You know, people in Roanoke should be very fortunate to live here. We're right on the cusp of the Appalachian Mountains to your west, and you've got the Virginia Piedmont to your east. So it's kind of a very, very diverse area, a lot of different trees and wildlife species. And some of the activities that we've done on this trail to kind of simulate different phases of forest development. There's a small clear cut, about a quarter acre. We can kind of see how things start to seed in and grow back over time. We've got some more mature stands of hardwoods. There's a pine planting in the back there, which we can kind of show people how the differences are between those types of stands that we have in this area.
And you can really learn a lot about the forestry practices on this hike as well. Can you talk about that?
Yes, certainly. You know, and today we have a lot more to take into account when we're doing forestry. When we're harvesting timber, there's a lot more concerns for the ecology, for the water quality, even for wildlife concerns. And that's something that I want to educate people about. A lot of people don't know that, like you said, a lot of times you don't have an opportunity to just talk to a forester, especially since we spend most of our time out in the middle of nowhere. So, you know, I enjoy this opportunity and encourage anyone who's interested to come out and learn a little bit about how things are done nowadays with timber management and land management in general.
We're very blessed to have this 14 miles of trails here at Explore in this passive recreation space. How important do you think, really quickly, is it to bring families out here and show them the natural world?
I can't stress how important that is. You know, I feel when I'm out in the woods, and I think a lot of people, you just draw a certain energy. I mean, that is the actual world. You know, a lot of what we make is things to make our lives easier with our houses and cars and roads and air conditioning, but this is, you know, this is God's country. This is the real world, and I think it's extremely important for people to stay connected to it and spend some time out there. All
right, you can find a map of Explore Park at explorepark.org. If you can't make it out to our free hikes in September, please come check out Explore Park. The trails at Explore Park are not just for hiking. Many of them are designed specifically for mountain bikes, and they're all good for trail running. Whether you choose to run indoors at Green Ridge or outdoors at Explore Park, we're happy to provide you with places to move for a healthy and active lifestyle. Not sure where to run at Explore? Well, you can always pick up a trail map at the Visitor Center before your trip. And there's no better way to explore the trails at Explore Park than by running as part of our new Wilderness Boot Camp program. I'm here at Explore Park with Chelsea Arner. She's the wellness supervisor at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Now, normally we're upstairs with all the fitness equipment, but here we're in Nature's Gym to talk about a new class called Wilderness Boot Camp. What exactly is that?
Well, Wilderness Boot Camp is going to start it's going to be held on Wednesday, starting September the 24th from 6 p.m. until 7. So we scheduled it just late enough so that everyone from the city or surrounding areas will be able to drive here and get here just in time. And pretty much anything and everything that you could do with your body weight or out in nature, we're going to take advantage of and use in this class.
So you're telling me I don't need a gym, I could actually just do everything outside?
You just need us to be here and help you, and we'll give you a good workout.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about what you can do, because I don't even know where to start. All I see are trees.
All right, so you see trees, you see grass, you see your parking lot, we got a picnic table, we have logs, we have stones we can pick up. So for instance, one thing that we'll do is we'll utilize these picnic tables. There's a lot you can do on a picnic table. You probably never thought about it other than eating. But
that's it.
One thing you can do is you have a seat, put your hands on the end, walk your feet out so that your heels are on the floor, your toes are facing up. And you're just gonna bring your arms down and you're gonna push up. So this is a tricep dip. You can do that right there. That works the back of your arms and any back fat that you might have.
It's such a beautiful day. It's actually pleasant.
It is, and it feels good. Another thing you can do is just you automatically just turn right around. You put your hands on the bench. You're on your toes in the back, and you're going to bring your nose down to a push-up. Just like that.
Nice.
So there's 2 upper body movements that you can do. Piece of cake.
And I see we've got some logs here. What are these for?
So with your logs, you can do pretty much anything.
Okay.
You can do a shoulder press,
All right.
so you can pick it up. And now, since we're out in nature, you'll be able to find a log that's going to fit your best weight limit or whatever you want to lift, whether it's light, whether it's heavy, it's up to you. You can do bicep curls with it.
Okay.
You can turn it up. You can do tricep dips with it. A lot of times, what people have a lot of fun with is they'll throw a log as far as they can, then you run and you get it, you throw it as far as you can. That's a good stress reliever as well as a good workout too.
Sounds good to me.
It
Throw the
is.
log.
It's extremely satisfying. Something else, we have great parking lots here. We also have great hills. So we'll do things like running up and down the hills, running suicides back and forth through the parking lot. And we also have some really good trails here. So we'll do a lot of good trail running too.
And the best part about it, it's guided by a staff member that really knows what they're talking about, as we can clearly see.
It's going to be guided by a personal trainer or a certified group exercise instructor. So regardless, you're going to be in good hands. We're going to warm up, get a good workout in, and then we're going to stretch at the end.
So it combines the exercise, socialization with the beauty of the natural world for a really unique program that really has it all.
Right, it really does. And what better place to be at than the Explore Park on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Now we've got sessions also starting in late October if you missed that first one in September.
Yep.
And they're all on Wednesday evening. So
Evening,
Chelsea,
6
thanks
p.m.
for joining us. Find out more about that program or any of our wellness programs at Green Ridge online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. Staying active is an important part of a healthy lifestyle. If you're not quite up for Wilderness Boot Camp, just get out there and walk in any Roanoke County park or spend some time right here at Green Ridge Recreation Center. But what about the kids? They need to get moving and away from the video screens. Why not enroll them in our new gymnastics program with our partners at Prestige Elite Gymnastics? I'm joined by Kaylee Duffy, owner of Prestige Elite Gymnastics, and we're offering an exciting new class for preschool age children 3 to 5 to teach them about basic skills. So tell us a little bit about the program.
Okay, we'll have the kids come in. We normally start out with an obstacle course and do a fun stretch. The preschool classes are really good to work on balance, motor skills, coordination, all sorts of things like that. We'll be teaching them cartwheels, handstands, bridges. We also do a lot of music, shapes, colors.
And the great thing about a class for that age, it's not just the basic skills to gymnastics, it's also, what else, socialization?
Yes, they learn lots of new friends, learn their names, and work on those social skills during class as well.
What about the basic coordination skills as well?
They're doing all sorts of coordination, jumping 2 feet together, forwards, backwards, sideways, all sorts of.
And why is gymnastics a good thing for childhood development at that age?
It's really good for them. They're using, different muscles that they wouldn't use on a daily basis.
Okay, now your studio, Prestige, is kind enough to come to Green Ridge to give these services, and you'll be bringing some equipment as well, like mats and such?
We have all sorts of cheeses, foam mats, hula hoops, shapes, barrels, tunnels, all sorts of things.
Lots of fun activities. Now, we've got your assistant Emily here who's going to show us some things that they'll be doing. Now, Emily, what's one of the first things that you want to show them as kids doing tumbling?
We start out doing a lot of handstands.
Really? A 3 to 5-year-old doing a handstand? I can't even imagine my kid doing that.
Yes, sir. They grasp onto it pretty well. Then we move on to things like cartwheels.
Wow. I don't think I could pull that one off.
We start with puddle jumps, and then they build up to that cartwheel, and we do them over panel mats. We also do bridges and kickovers.
Oh, what would that look like? That's a bridge.
And then we learn to kick right over and stand back up to a lunge.
Nice. Definitely a lot of flexibility and coordination skill involved in that, which is really good for them developmentally.
Right.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your studio here before we tell people about the website.
Okay, we have a 10,000 square foot gym. We have 2 sets of bars, about 4 to 5 beams. We have a spring floor, a couple trampolines, and a tumble track. So the preschoolers come in and they're all over the gym doing all of the equipment. We introduce the basic skills on vault, bars, beam, and floor.
So the course at Green Ridge, again, gymnastics for the toddler age 3 to 5, a great way to get introduced to those skills of gymnastics without having to commit to the full studio experience. And of course, it's right here at Green Ridge. Kaylee, thank you for talking to us today, and find out more at RoanokeCountyParks.com. Classes are held on Fridays throughout the fall for ages 3 to 5. Look for additional gymnastics programs for older youth offered later in the year. Now, youth ages 8 to 12 are invited to sign up for another program, tap dancing, right now at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Tap is an exciting way to learn a new dance, meet friends, and stay active. Earlier today, I talked to that instructor. I'm joined by Cassidy Hartsock. She's one of Green Ridge Recreation Center's finest, and she's also going to be teaching an exciting tap dance class for kids this fall. Now, Cassidy, when I hear tap dance, I think of the river dance, kind of Irish sort of thing, and all kinds of variations. What kind of tap dance do you teach?
Just classical or rhythm tap.
Okay.
Not really the river dance, I guess you can say, but now they call it more rhythm tap because you get down with it more than staying up on your toes, I guess.
So rhythm tap, does that mean tapping to melody, to music?
Yeah, there's that. You can do normal songs with words, or you can just do with beats or not even music at all, being a cappella.
Does it matter what kind of song you use? Can you tap to almost anything?
Pretty much anything. You can do it fast or slow.
Okay. Well, now one of the coolest things I think are the shoes that you wear when you're tap dancing. How do they work? How do they make that noise?
Just the little metal thing at the bottom.
They're full of little metal devices.
Yep.
And you were showing me earlier there are a couple of different types of taps that you can do. And they utilize little pieces of metal on the shoe. Can you go ahead and maybe demonstrate a couple of the moves that the kids might learn in this tap dance program?
Sure. A running flap would be this. And then something a little harder would be a buffalo, which is like that.
Now that looks really complicated to me. And you say this is a kids program, so do you have to have any experience?
No, you can pick up, some are really easy and some are really hard, but you can start simple and then just keep building.
Okay, so you learn the basics. You start with the flap that you just showed me?
Well, you would start with like a simple, like this.
Okay.
Instead of the running one, and then you'll get more and more.
Do you have to have shoes for the program?
Of course, you gotta make sound.
Okay.
It would be tap.
And where can you find the shoes?
There's a place in Vinton called Dance Etc. that they
Okay.
have them there. And I think like Walmart might have tap shoes for like little kids.
And if you're looking in the 5 to 8 range, or actually no 8 to 12 range for this program, where would they best be served to look for the shoes before the program? Probably the Dance Etc.
Yeah, Dance Etc. Yep.
And how much does a tap shoe run typically?
It depends on what type of shoe you get. There's like a thicker sole or a thin sole, and then the thick ones sound better, but then
So it just range
yeah,
$50.
it just ranges. Yeah.
$50, $100
Yeah, I've
range.
had these for a long time, as you can tell.
Clearly they last a while, but a little investment in the shoes, but you learn a whole lot in the class, and by the end of it, what do you work your way up to by the end of the class?
You could possibly a dance or just be able to go home and show everyone off your new tap
A
steps.
complete dance number, or continue on with lessons at perhaps Dance Etc.
Yep.
All right, sign up for the class online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. No matter what your age, Green Ridge is the place for healthy fun. With a state-of-the-art wellness center behind me, the indoor pool, gymnasium, and activity room, there's plenty to keep your family moving. And it's all available by daily admission or monthly membership. Even if you're not a member, we offer hundreds of recreation classes throughout the county, like this new bread baking program at the Brambleton Center. I'm joined here in the kitchen at the Brambleton Center with Lonnie Beer, and Lonnie's teaching an exciting new class this fall called Yeastophobia Bread Baking 101. So, Lonnie, tell us exactly what is this class and who's it for?
This class is for the absolute novice baker, people who typically say, oh, I could never bake a loaf of bread. I'm terrified of working with yeast. I've had failures. I tried it once. It didn't rise. I'm never going to try it again. That was me. I tried it many, many times with absolutely no luck. I have a little prop here to show you. It is called brick bread. I tried to make sourdough bread 3 times. You could mortar your deck with this bread. It is so hard.
So you've had a few failures in your time in the kitchen.
Right.
But what do you think is the key to success, and what are you going to pass on to participants in this class?
Fun.
Fun.
Fun, getting over your fear of working with yeast, just being able to just say, it's okay to make a mistake, let's just roll with it. It's 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and 2 cups of water.
Now talk a little bit about the types of bread that this class covers, if you could.
Okay, so we're going to start out with the easiest of breads, the breads that you make in a mixer.
Okay.
And then from there, we're going to go to the more slightly difficult breads. Sandwich breads, cinnamon rolls, and then we're going to end the class with holiday breads, such as stollen and challah bread. This is an example of challah bread, which is a typical Jewish bread that they use during the holiday season. So that's how we're going to progress, and with each one it will be a little bit more difficult, but I don't see it being a challenge for the ladies. I think the whole idea is to say, let's just have fun with this class, let's just enjoy ourselves. If we make a mistake, throw it out. It's 2 cups of flour, a cup of water, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and let's just go with it.
Really, the amazing part is all of these different types of bread that you have really coming from some basic ingredients, right?
Yep. This, flour, yeast, water. That's it.
It's all in getting the timing right and getting the mixture right. But you're going to give us some of your best advice on how to bake. And this stuff, by the way, smells delicious. We know that you all will be able to do just as well after this program. Find out more online at RoanokeCountyParks.com. That sense of accomplishment you get by baking bread with an actual recipe instead of from the box really makes it worth the while. That's the joy of learning something new and making new discoveries. Now, what's the first place I go when I want to learn something new? The library, of course. And the staff here are experts at research of all kinds, including genealogy. Well, if you're about to embark on a research project, the best place to do it is here at the South County Library. And I'm joined by Alan Hale. And the thing that I'm looking to research is genealogy. Fortunately, there's a class about it this fall. Alan, tell us about our genealogy program here at South County Library.
Well, we buy a couple of genealogy programs online. We have Ancestry Library Edition, which is probably the best thing that we have access to. We also pay for Heritage Quest. Heritage Quest, if you're a patron of the library and you have a library card, you can use Heritage Quest either from in the library building or you can use it from home. Ancestry Library Edition you can only use in the building.
So really great resources. I know I tried giving it a start at home on my own, just searching the internet, and I came up with a roadblock because everything that I found online, these were paid sites. I couldn't get in. I really didn't want to pay to get my email in their service and all of that. But you really have the resources that are available free to the public, don't you?
Yeah, those things that the library pays for, they can use for free. We also talk about several other websites they can access for free. So yeah, you don't have to pay any money.
And even some of them at home with your library card, is that correct?
That's right. Heritage Quest you can do from home with your library card.
All right, now let's talk about the course that's going on in November here at the South County Library. You can sign up from RoanokeCountyParks.com. But this genealogy course will really get you started and teach you here in our computer lab the basics of how to research genealogy.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit more about someone who's a novice just getting started. What's the first thing you show them?
Well, the first thing we do when we get into the class is Ancestry Library Edition, because that is the best resource we have. You can just put somebody's name in, it searches the entire database, it pulls up census records, court records, all kinds of records, and all you have to do is type their name in.
Now, you've taught this class before, and do you usually come up with any surprises while you're doing it?
We did have a student that said they'd traced their ancestors all the way back to Charlemagne.
Wow.
So I wasn't sure we could do a lot for them. That's the only surprise I can think of.
So really no experience necessary, is that right?
No, you can be a novice at genealogy. You do need to know how to use a computer, be comfortable with the mouse. I mean, you don't have to be a whiz on the computer, but just comfortable using the mouse and the keyboard and have experience using the internet.
So whether you're just getting started researching your family history or you've got a track record of it and want to learn more about the resources available at the library, this class is a great way to do it. So find out more at RoanokeCountyParks.com and sign up for genealogy. The state-of-the-art computer lab at this library is a fantastic place to begin your search for relatives, living or dead. You may be surprised what you find. Something you probably won't find is an undead relative, unless you come out to Green Hill Park on October 4th. What do I mean? check out the scariest fun run of the season. I'm joined by Special Events Coordinator Wendy Schultz and Sergeant Rachel Wiley from the Western Virginia Regional Jail, and we partnered with the jail for a very unique run that's coming up on October 4th. Tell us about it, Wendy.
It is incredible. It's a zombie run. It's the run to end all runs.
Literally.
Literally. It is fabulous. Last year was the first year, so this is our second annual event. We had 1,200 runners last year and plenty of zombies chasing them.
Before we talk more about the race, Sergeant Wiley, this is a really unique partnership and it benefits a charitable cause, right?
Yes, the Special Olympics of Virginia.
Which is one of the marquee causes of your organization as well?
Yes.
Okay, and we're very proud to have you guys as a partner this year. Going back to the event, Wendy, tell us a little more about what to expect. What is a zombie run?
Well, a zombie run actually is you wear a belt and you get 3 lives. It's kind of like flag football belts, okay? So the zombies are chasing you. It's really a 5K, but it could turn into a 10K run. I mean, it's just lots and lots of fun. If you get across the finish line through all of the obstacles, we have a slip and slide at the end, all kinds of obstacles taking you through the course, lots of fun. But if you get across the finish line, you are having your life intact.
Now this is a fun run, not necessarily a timed race. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure, it's not timed at all because you really can't time it because as I said, when the zombies are chasing you, you're trying to get away. So a 5K could turn into a 10K. We do have a marked course though that you need to stay on, but you never know where you're going to loop and where you're going to go through and how you're going to end up.
Now the really cool part about this is you can choose to participate as a runner or as a zombie. What's that like?
Okay, you can, if you register as a zombie, we will even have makeup artists there to put the full makeup on, but if you want to do it yourself and come down, that's wonderful.
And you don't necessarily have to run the race to enjoy it. Spectators are allowed, is that right?
Spectators are more than welcome to come, and actually we encourage spectators because spectators can buy extra lives for the runners, so it adds a little oomph to the race.
It all benefits a good cause. Another great thing about this event, Sergeant Wiley, you can talk about this as volunteers. We have hundreds of volunteers that give their time for this event, right?
Yes, and we're still looking for volunteers.
And looking for more. And a lot of those, we're very fortunate to have area law enforcement very closely involved with this project. Did you enjoy your time last year?
Yes, we had a great time. Great
time. And you can find out more about volunteering for the race or being a part of the race. How, Wendy?
If you go to the website, www.roanokezombies5k.com, you can get all the information. We're also listed on our website, www.roanokecountyparks.com.
Doesn't take anything to volunteer, doesn't take anything to come up and take a look at the festivities that day. And of course, what's the price range if you want to sign up for the charity as a runner?
If you want to sign up as a runner, it's $25 for early registration, and then there's a variety of prices, because you can also sign up as a team of 4.
And all for a wonderful cause. So show up, cheer on your favorite zombie or runner at the Roanoke Zombie 5K. Find out more at RoanokeZombie5K.com or on our website, RoanokeCountyParks.com. It's going to be a really exciting event. Thanks for exploring Roanoke County's recreation program offerings today. We want to be your destination for exploration this fall. Whether you're running through a field of zombies, baking bread, hiking a trail at Explore Park, or here at the South County Wetland Trail, we've got the facilities to keep you moving this season. Like Green Ridge Recreation Center, which offers daily admission and monthly membership. To find out about anything you've seen on today's program, visit us online at RoanokeCountyParks.com or call 772-PLAY for program information. And of course, you can see us several times a week right here on RVTV or online. We'll see you next time in the parks.